Welcome to Unit 2, and in this unit we're going to be learning everything about Unit 2 for AP Biology. So yeah, please feel free to join and I'll see you on the other side. Now, it's important for AP Biology that you have a structure. You should remember the structure and function frame, but also need to understand what's going to happen if it is disrupted. Okay, so let's use this example for the mitochondria first. The structure of the mitochondrion, okay, supports its function by having folds that increase the surface area. Okay, if these folds are disrupted, okay, then it will have lower ATP production because it makes ATP and it uses those folds to have many proteins for energy production. And if there are less proteins for energy production, you will make less energy overall. The next example, the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So the rough ER. The structure of the rough ER supports its function, okay, by having a large surface area and a lumen for protein processing. So this open space, that is the lumen. And it also has ribosomes attached to the surface of the rough ER. So it supports its function by helping with protein processing. If if the rough ER is disrupted, then we will have a problem with protein processing, okay? So you need to understand that if there is a disruption, then its function is going to be affected. And then finally, the chloroplast. The chloroplast has these thylakoid stacks that increase the surface area for light reactions, okay? And it's also a double membrane, meaning it has a membrane here on the outside that is a phospholipid bilayer. And it also has a membrane on the inside that is a phospholipid bilayer. These thylakoids are also membrane-bound organelles, or membrane-bound inside the organelle, so they also have that phospholipid bilayer. So the structure of the chloroplast, okay, the structure of the chloroplast supports its function by increasing the surface area for light reactions. Now, if that is disrupted, okay, the amount of light reactions would go down. So the plant would ultimately make less sugar. Photosynthesis would be affected. So those are just some examples of how you can work through a structure function check, but then also explain what happens if it is disrupted. Chloroplast structure. Now, chloroplasts are specialized organelles, okay? And they are found in plants and some photosynthetic algae. Okay. Now, chloroplasts also have a double membrane system. They have an outer membrane that is protective. So this is a biphospholipid layer. Okay. And here we have an inner membrane that selectively controls what goes in and out of this chloroplast. Okay. And it's also a phospholipid membrane. So the important thing that you need to remember here is that chloroplasts also have a double membrane, similar to mitochondria. Now the function. The main function is photosynthesis. So photo means light and synthesis means to make. So they make with light. And what they make with light is sugars or glucose. So they build carbohydrates. Okay. They use the light energy from the sun to ultimately build carbohydrates. Now, photosynthesis allows plants and algal cells to capture light, and then they make these biological molecules. Now, this structure supports the ability to carry out photosynthesis. So we need this double membrane to have efficient photosynthesis. So if we look at the disruption, a photosynthetic algal cell has damaged chloroplasts. Okay, so here is a healthy algal cell. It has functioning chloroplast. It takes in light energy and it builds sugar or glucose. Okay, now if we look at one that is disrupted, so the chloroplasts are impaired. They are not working as they should. The question is, which process would be most directly affected? And the process affected is photosynthesis. Okay, because chloroplast's main function is to take in light energy and turn it into sugars. So the essential knowledge, mitochondria, okay, they have their structures that they have inner folds and a double membrane, and this makes efficient ATP synthesis. Lysosomes contain hydrolytic enzymes, so they contain these different enzymes. Let's do that in a different color. Enzymes. And these enzymes digest materials. Okay. Lysosomes also play a very, very important part in apoptosis, which is a programmed cell death. It's very orderly, it's very controlled. Okay. And then we have vacuoles that maintain turgor pressure in plants, and it's there to store water and minerals. And then finally, chloroplasts, they have a double membrane structure, and it's this double membrane structure that is the site for photosynthesis. So overall summary, you need to understand how these organelles, how their structure leads to their function, and what might happen if it is disrupted. If you enjoyed that video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and can join us on the Skool.com community page where you'll find AP Bio blueprints. And if you take a look inside, you will see that Unit 1 is completely free. See you all there.